Here we are with the final round of the Olympic Cards and Comics 360 TCG. My name is Misdirection. I will be your commentator of this match. We have Goldie Roger versus Zoro. We have the fist bump and we are on our way. Taking first seems to be Goldie Roger. Gets Dawn and passes. Zoro. Pass two. Let's see what they play in their hand first. Looks like we are starting off with a blocker and passing. The strategy here for Zoro to beat Roger would probably be to start off with a Mihawk into a Zoro or some sort of attacker so we can get 3 attacks early on. Ooh, we missed a ramp on Goldie Roger. That is going to be a little bit effective. Will he block or will he counter out this first attack? It is an 8k attack. It looks like we're taking that attack. Going to our 4 Dawn turn. Typically, this is where we want to drop something else. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got another blocker, a couple 2Ks, an event, a Mihawk, but it looks like there's no target for the Mihawk. Looks like we're going to do a 7 swing at the 5. Looks like he takes it. We did see a Douglas Bullet come in there. He's probably going to use that next turn to start his ramp. Going to 5 Dawn. Technically 4 because we have to always attach 1 to Roger until we hit 10. Looks like we are going to ramp our Dawn with Douglas Bullet. Going to 6 Dawn. And swing with a 7. Are we going to block here or are we going to take it? Instant block. Instant block. Picked up a Hiyori. Going to be on our 6 Dawn turn. Are we going to drop a Hiyori or Perona? Looks like we are dropping a Perona. Looking at the top 5. Mihawk. Law. Double event. Zoro. He's probably going to end up picking up one of the 2 events here. They are the same thing, so there's usually 4 random in a deck. You probably want to take one of them, so they don't both go to the bottom of the deck, and you probably don't see them ever again. I don't know how many times I could tell you I've played a game and I'm like not taking the thing that I run 4 of, and I don't see them ever again once I put them to the bottom. How are we going to follow up this turn? Doesn't look like he really has any play, maybe to play Hiyori out. Looks like we're going to swing 9 into leader. That's going to require 2 2Ks and a 1K, so 3 cards. Looks like he's just going to take it, going down to 3 life, passing turn. Roger's now at 8 Dawn, 1 Dawn attached, making 7. We're probably looking at another ramp card, probably a Scapper Gavin or something like that, just to get that additional ramp in. Looks like that was the play. There's also the say that we could have played the promo Roger, the 8 drop, but I believe we were at 7 Dawn, so disregard that. Discarding a Scapper, ramping 1 Dawn. Douglas Bullet is now officially a 6K. Attaching a Dawn, swinging for 7 to Zoro. I think this one you counter out at least. It is a lot to counter out, but it would require a 2K, 1K. And I think it's all about preserving the early life for Zoro because the big bodies that come out of Roger at the end is hard. Yep, and we do go counter out. Then we swing with Roger with a 6K. Easy 2K counter. Yep, and that's what happens. Looks like we picked up a Cavendish. Going into our 8 Dawn play for Zoro. Let's see what he decides to do. I think the play here would be to drop the Law, bounce back to Perona, drop the Cavendish, untap 2, leaves you with 4, attach 3. But we might have another play in hand. Because it also enables you to attack the Zoro, kill it, and then attack life. Being that Roger's still a 5k. Looks like we're thinking here on what our play is going to be. That's 5 Dawn set aside. Are we tapping? Looks like we're doing 6. Playing 6, playing the Law. Law will be a blocker when you get down to 1 life. Bouncing back, yep, Perona. Playing out Cavendish, untapping 2. Ooh, are we gonna attach all Dawn? Yeah, we're gonna attach 4, go to 9, swinging into the Douglas Bullet, restanding with Zora's effect, swinging another 9 and 2 life, putting Roger down to 2 life. We did get the last Dawn, which makes Roger a 7k leader now. 9 Dawn to work with. That could be a promo Roger. That could be a Newgate 2k. No 10 cost yet to drop. Looks like we're going to pay 8. We're going to play a Rayleigh. Rayleigh lets you rest a blocker. So now he can swing freely into the Cavendish if he wants to. Eight into Cavendish. This Cavendish does need to stick, but it's kind of hard with the amount of cards in his hand. So now that we're thinking back about it, we maybe should have taken at least one of those extra life, saving a 2k and possibly getting another counter earlier on. 1 to 3 is not that bad, but it can be fatal sometimes. So he uses 2k, 1k. And then another card into Cavendish, and then a 9k into life. Blockers have been restood. Ooh, we have the 9-drop Zoro in there. That thing is spicy. Allows him to swing pretty much 3 times in 1 turn. Then you could possibly swing 3 times with the leader at the same time. Especially being at 2 life, that's a good card to probably drop right now. Because you're at no threat of dying this turn. Looks like we are going to go with that drop. Dropping the 9-cost Zoro. Next turn, that's going to be online and going for it. He just has to pass turn. Looks like we're going to pay 10 Dawn, maybe go into a Shanks. Yep, Shanks minus 1k to everything on your opponent's side of the board. Swinging 7 into leader. So we're going to retire 2k, 1k. Will he use the event to go to 8k for his leader? This is probably the only attack he can get out of besides using his blockers. Looks like we will take that and do an 8k. Another 7k into lead. Mostly have to take that or block. $9k in a lead. That's going to require at least 3 cards or a blocker. And 12k. Puts him down to 1. Alright, this could be the final turn of the game. Let's see what the Zoro player is going to decide. He's got a very tough decision. The Roger player does have a ton of cards in his hand, not having to commit much to his board or his defense because he took a bunch of early game damage. I think right now we're just thinking how to allocate Dawn, whether we want to give it all to Zoro, whether we want to leave 3 and then leave 3 back. Because I think right now Zoro is an 8k swinging, so it's going to take a lot of cards out of your opponent's hand just to commit, but it's also all of your attacks have to hit for the most part. This is looking to be the final turn for Zoro, because the crackback will be rough to defend with, I think, 3 or 4 cards in hand. Attaching 6 Dawn. So it goes from an 8, 14 at life, restanding. Will we see a counter out of this? If the immediate counter happens out of this 14, good chances are there's no way the Zoro player can win this turn, unless the rest of the cards in the hand of the Roger player are bricks. We use a 0-cost event, pitching 1 card, getting plus 3k, another 0-cost event, plus 3k, pitching another card, and a 2k. Putting Roger to a 15k. Still having 5 cards in hand. We have 2 more swings we can do with Zoro, 14 and 2 life, plus the last one we have to hit with. I think at this point it might be time to switch focus possibly and aim at the characters on board. But he's already committed a lot, so looks like that's what he's doing. He's going to commit the characters on board and try to stabilize off. Untap 2. Swing into the Rayleigh. They're trying to figure out how much it is, so it's 14 still. So 9 to 14. That'd be 3 2Ks. Looks like he is going to commit 3 2Ks. Double lime juice and an Uta. The Zoro player is seeing if he should probably commit the Dawn to Law maybe and swinging, but because if he even commits the Dawn to his leader, he can't do anything. Taps to Dawn for nothing? That might be the nail in the coffin. That's 2 shanks. So he's swinging with a 7K first to his 5K. 2K, 1K. You got to counter out of the easy ones. Hopefully he's going to counter out. $9K. Takes it 12K, blocks with law, swings another 12K. They bump fish, GG. That is a win for Goldie Roger, and that is it for me. Thank you so much. I'm out.